Hello, we are sitting at Catalina Island, TBM 930 aircraft. Listen to ASOS, and we're going to fly a very short hop over to Santa Ana and demonstrate a interesting procedure using an automation assist to fly a base leg and then final using the visual approach from the GPS nav system. This is something I'm not finding too many videos available for that show this procedure, and the argument for using this procedure would be just in terms of leveraging automation to a reasonable degree to allow the pilot, especially in a single pilot operation like this, to keep their eyeballs outside of the plane, out in front of the plane, so to speak. Increases safety, increases safety margin, etc. So that's what we'll do. We'll get right into it. I've got everything up and running, got everything pretty much set, and we're just going to taxi out and get going. This is not a live ATC scenario for the purpose of this recording. Okay. Always a little challenging with these guys standing so close. One day we'll figure out how to get them to move. Get my parking brake off. Sorry guys, I know no option to avoid that anyway. So we've got some overcast. So that'll be good. Give us a little bit of reality. This is live weather, live time. It's just late morning local time, Pacific local time. Taxi out to 22.
Approaching runway 0422.
You can see ForeFlight I've got being displayed. I've got running on iOS. .3,000-foot runway. Anyone that is interested in the TBM 930 specifically, I would encourage you to consider learning, if you haven't already, SPAD.next. And there are a wealth of videos, but specifically for the H throttle in this plane. When I get here and stop just before entering the runway, I'm going to show you this throttle, and because there's a configuration in SPAD.next now where Les O'Reilly, who is the gentleman who has just spent a huge amount of his personal time developing training videos for SPAD.next that allow you to understand how to configure all kinds of things, different kinds of peripherals, and in this case, the very unusual H throttle, where, for example, if I were to, I'm just moved it back into high idle, and I can really manipulate, put it back into taxi, and I can put it into reverse, which I will not, well, I've got my brakes down. There's reverse. You can hear it. Take it out of reverse. This is not a, I mean, it's not overly complex, but it's something that requires these kinds of training videos, and configuring it using a throttle where you've got two levers, one to manipulate moving the throttle up through the low and high idle, or off, and then over to the taxi side, and the thrust or reverse is just really cool and impressive. Something I would encourage anyone that's interested in this aircraft who's got a throttle quadrant to consider. I've already updated my altimeter and the backup instrument altimeter, so we're going to just go ahead and proceed and get up and going. Again, radio calls not part of this process, this video.
Approaching runway 22. Entered runway 22, 3,000 feet remaining.
Okay. So I have VS mode, vertical speed mode, set at 1,400 feet per minute. Heading mode, that will lock once I turn on AP. Got flaps to take off, position, and EIS scan. Looks good. Everything's looking good. So we'll get going. Holding the brakes as I throttle up. Once I see a torque 60, we'll release. Here we go. Positive rate. Gear up. Autopilot activated. Flaps up. Into clouds. Going to be vectored. An initial vector. Three 310. Climbing to 7,000. Now we got an updated vector. .050 for intercept. Go to flight plan, select Seal Beach. Let me go back again. Seal Beach, activate leg. Then I'm going to hit nav. You see the white FMS. So we're on an intercept course for Victor 21. And when it locks in, we will see that FMS go green. And it will intercept that course. Climbing through 5,800 for 7,000. We're not going to stay at 7,000 for long. You can see on ForeFlight so after I demonstrate this intercept, I'm then going to go into heading mode just for the sake of time to reduce the time of the video. You can see we are on an intercept course. Getting up above the cloud layer.
Class Bravo above in 11.8 miles.
Okay, intercepting, we got a green FMS, intercepting Victor 21. Let's take a look at our approach. So I'm going to use an ILS for 20 right. I'm not going to shoot an ILS 20 right. I'm going to shoot a visual approach. Let's get first. We'll switch to ATIS for John Wayne.
John Wayne Airport information, Yankee 1700 Zulu. Wind 185 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition 1,700 feet scattered, ceiling 4,700 feet overcast. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.901. Visual runway 2 right and visual runway 2 left in use. Landing and departing runway 20 left and runway 20 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions.
Destination ATIS is 126.0.
John Wayne Airport information, Yankee 1700 Zulu. Wind 185 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition 1,700 feet scattered, ceiling 4,700 feet overcast. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.901. Visual runway 2 right and visual runway 2 left in use. Landing and departing runway 20 left and runway 20 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Yankee. John Wayne Airport information, Yankee 1700 Zulu. Wind 186 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition 1,700 feet scattered, ceiling 4,700 feet overcast. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.902.
Okay,
Visual runway 2 right
just I just was given a vector 055 and descend to 4,000. So initiated the descent in vertical speed mode. on a heading of 055. You can see in the map view, now we're headed more on a direct course to until they get us established, get us closer to the airport, then we're going to be approved for a visual approach. I'm going to show you the procedure that I'm going to use, the technique that I'm going to use. I'm going to go to procedure, approach. I'm going to pick the visual for 20 right, straight, using the straight in. I'm going to load it. Okay, then I'm going to go to straight. Go direct to with a course. Let me get on the on ForeFlight. So we got a 196 course coming in on the ILS for runway 20 right. I'm going to go 90 degrees to that, which is going to be 106. 106. Enter. Activate. Direct straight. Okay. So what you see here on the map on the G3000 is that we now have a base leg, because I set up a 90-degree intercept to the straight to the visual approach final course. I said direct to straight, but with a 106 course for intercept, and that then I activated that leg. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get given a vector to 0, 20, which is parallel to our runway.
Caution, TFR ahead.
They're going to clear us down to 2000. We're going to continue slowing.
Class Delta below in 7.5 miles.
This is just ForeFlight notifications. I'm activating VNAV. We're coming in visual. And we've got eyes on the airport. Got one notch of flaps down. So I'm going to activate nav mode. You see the white FMS. Just watching my speed. I'm going to let her come down to 130.
Caution, inside TFR.
TFR, that'd be Disneyland, but we're in this scenario we would be approved for what we're doing via ATC. Maintaining visual on the airport. And we're out of the clouds below the layer. So you're going to see In this procedure, you're going to see the nav system lock on the base leg, that is the intercept course, to straight, and make the right hand turn. This is going to happen very quickly. We see the needle coming in. There we go. It's making its turn. You see the top of descent showing its face now at the beginning of straight. Excuse me, at that turn. Okay, we're now on base, dropping the gear.
Class Charlie in 1.9 miles.
See our airport. Got 3.3 miles. See our runway approach lights here. So 3 miles to the turn. Actually, the turn will happen ahead of that. We got VNAV, spin to 0, ahead of the top of descent. So we got spin to 0, we got VNAV activated and nav activated. So by spinning to 0, the altitude here, we now have that altitude lower so that our VNAV can activate and proceed. Here's our turn. Once we come out of the turn, I'll drop the flaps full. Go, flaps coming down, full. We've got VNAV activated. You see our altitudes coming down. I activated approach, which will give me a glide path.
Three-mile final runway
Gear
20
down,
right.
Gear down, flaps full. Watching that speed. We're going to get a lock on glide path any second now. There it is. Wasn't necessary. This is a visual, but this just shows, you know, the effect of how the GPS brings you in on a glide path. So the ILS minimum would have been 255. I have that configured in the system, as you can see. We're at 760. We're 660 above the ground. We had our altitude, our altimeter adjusted based on ATIS, which is critical if we were in the clouds, but we've got a visual approach in this case. Getting a lot of jumps. Maybe that's from the recording. Significant jumps. Wow. That is weird. Anyway. Sorry about that.
500.
Okay. Hand flying. Speed up a little bit. better. Another thing that SPAD.NX provides is the much easier capability to configure reverser on the props. And that's what I will do once we're on the ground. Not that we need it on this runway. Throttle back. Put it on the prop reverser. Taking it off. A little bit of brake. Very jumpy. I think that's just sometimes I get that with the recording software running over top of the simulator. Simulators set at very high graphics settings. And we're clear of the runway. So I hope that was of value. I just put brakes on. You wouldn't do that here, but it was setting up, it was selecting under procedure, the visual approach, and then setting up an intercept to straight at a 90-degree angle, and then flying in toward that base leg and setting nav mode and VNAV, but also spinning the altitude down prior to top of descent. And with that, the G3000 system, based on fantastic work from Working Title, to develop and continue to improve this flight management system with this aircraft, with the underlying G3000 system, and also I assume this works across all the G1000 systems as well. It's just fantastic, and it was just an automation assist to help you stay focused on the most important things from a safety standpoint and overall safe experience with flying what is a very fast single engine turboprop. Hope this was of value. Talk to you later.